We're live and direct. And you know what? I have interviewed I-YOTA maybe once or twice before. And you know what? Every time I do interview you, I feel like your tunes and you as a person keep on growing. So tell us about that growth.
Well, that growth, is from the most I within, So, yeah, it's always growing and progressing for me. Progression is, is a key element as well, in my career and my craft growing up. So, I have to always think about growth and progressiveness as well.
So, where does this name I-YOTA come from? Because lots of times people are like, are you an alien? Because you put the little alien emoji and things with your name. So tell us about that.
It's unique, but I-YOTA is a self-given name by myself, because my biological name is John Ross. So I just took the Ross from it and add I-YOTA to it. And I-YOTA from my view is you have, like, for the Rasta females, them call them I-YOTA. Yeah, so for me as a young prince in the on the battlefield, I just name myself I-YOTA, So the Yota from my perspective would have been the young kings or the young prince, Yeah, so I'm the young prince of the music.
Yeah, I hear that. 100%. So, when it comes to the music now, who's inspired you?
As musician,
Anything, either musicians or just in life in general.
a lot of things inspire me, my surrounding people around me, books, a lot of things, nature itself as well. But when, like, musician, you have a lot of greats in the reggae field that inspire me. You have Bobby, you have Peter Tosh, you have Admiralty, you have Anthony Bean, and the list goes on and on. So a lot of people influence my style of music.
Yeah, I hear that. So, the names that you mentioned, their music and their legacy continues. It's like you can put on a Bob tune and it still relates to this day. So the tunes that you're producing and putting out there, is that what you would like?
Most definitely, longevity, you know what I mean? I know, say, from the next 10 or 15 years down the line, you can, listen to Rasta Yota track from even 5 or 10 years ago, and it have the refreshing sound the same way, and the message still can be relatable. Yeah, so, it's like that for me.
Yeah, I hear that. So, with that being said, how do you kind of want to see yourself? Do you want to be on a stage? Do you want to, I don't know, fill out thousands of people? Like, where do you see yourself as an artist?
Yeah, most definitely, filling out the arenas and the stadium, them, people are come taking Rasta youth on a conscious level, enjoying themselves and know that they're gonna get a proper show, their hard earned money spent, they're gonna get whatever, they're gonna get the energy there from me, knowing that, I'm serious about my craft, I'm putting in the work. So, yeah, I wanna see myself filling out those arenas and all them venues there. It's not even have to be in an arena as well, It just from where I spread the positive message across. Yeah, that's good enough for me.
Yeah, I hear that. So, with that now, are you not going to be nervous?
Nervousness is a natural thing,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if you're not nervous, you're not a human being. I don't always say nervousness is a natural thing, It's just how you get over it and how quick you can get over your nervousness, Knowing me as a recording artist, like, I do have get nervous at times, but it's how I get over my nervousness, knowing that, I have to really deliver, because this is really what I want, so I really have to break out of that and really push the fire. Yeah.
So, as you know, Jamaica has produced and put out music tenfold for the world to listen to enjoy. And, lots of times artists have asked me that Jamaica never seems to get the credit that it deserves. So what would the credit mean to you, if that is the correct word to use?
Well, like, for me, I'm not saying Jamaica not getting the credit that they deserve, because at the end of the day, is Jamaican really bring reggae to the forefront and ska from them time there, So I won't say Jamaica not getting the credit that they deserve, because at the end of the day, you have other people doing different type of music and they need credit as well. You know what I mean? So we can just say, yo, Jamaica has been already getting the credit by producing all these great talents from out of the country. So we can say Jamaica not getting the credit what they deserve, and stuff like that. It's just we have to continue putting in the work because we have the great Bob where people always look up for from how many years now and it's still raining. You have Peter Tosh, same way, you have Bunny Wailer and all these musicians, people still look up to them and listening their music. So I wouldn't say Jamaica is not getting the credit that they deserve, because you have produced so much talent from out there. So we credit. The most I do, I give you credit.
Yeah, I hear that. So the next time somebody said that to me, I'm gonna play that to them. So you know what? As you may have heard, Kabaka Pyramid won the Grammys.
Yes.
And it was a very proud moment, and also have to big up Protege and the rest of the nominees as well. But how did that make you feel? And you know what, Ras I-YOTA, I can see you going there. But how did it make you feel?
Well, that made me feel great within it, if you know what I say, Yeah, and ex reggae artists really hit the podium and get a Grammy award, so that's great, and that show me say what me I do is right as well, doing conscious music, and the must do like the must do take on to conscious music, I mean, I have to really big up Kabak and his project because I listen to the project as well, and it's very solid. So I respect him for that as well, and I congrats him on that, and congrats to Protege as well because they are people that also inspire my music as well, my type of music, so yeah, I feel proud about the nominees and all of the nominees too, in the category of reggae, I feel proud for know say yo he could walk away, but everyone else in the category are winners in my eyes, because from once you get the nominee, that I show acknowledgement, say yo you did something great, or you put in the work for really get that nominee. So for me, all of them are winner in my eyes, but congrats to Kabaka, Pyramid and Junior Gang, which is the producer as well of that album, and all the people them were really contribute to it, so it's a good look for reggae music.
Yeah. So, like I said, I can see you on that stage. Have you already prepared your speech?
Not necessarily, because we have a long way to go, Not for say we don't have our eyes on that goal, but we still putting in the work, try to build the fan base, as much as possible, try to reach out to as much people as we can, because at the end of the day, you want when you put out a body of work, people can really resonate to it and appreciate that. So, for me, not for say we don't want to reach the level there. I'm going to prepare my Grammy speech. Yeah, I'm going to, but it's just time for me, and just putting in the work, and try to promote as much as we can, because you putting out a project, you don't want to put out a project, and at the end of the day, you don't have that following to really support your music. So for me, it's just to get that following and promote as much as I can to really get a wider audience. So whenever I put out a project, I know that I have some real loyal fans who love Ras I-YOTA music, where I go support my music, to the fullest. So that's just it for me.
Yeah, man, I hear that 100%. And you know what? You have been putting in so much works. I mean, I've seen it. Even when we've had conversations as well, you've been putting in the works. But what challenges have you faced as an artist? I always feel like it's important to know the challenges and kind of how you've overcome them, so that the up and coming can learn from you. Tell us that.
Yeah, as an upcoming artist, you face a lot of challenges, because some of the time you don't even have the funding to record even a song, to shoot even a music video, to get your song them promoted at some different platform as well, because the music it does take money as well, and some of the time you don't, as a young artist, you don't even have the first dollar there to do certain things, so for me, even with the producer them, some of the time if you don't even know the music certain way where you can get a composer to even build you a rhythm, you're not gonna get a producer to just alright then me I go work with you as a young artist, and some of the time if you don't even have the driving force to really put out materials and stuff like that, nobody not gonna really take you serious and know say alright then we're gonna want to work with you as a upcoming artist, so a lot of challenges we face, but we still always look at the brighter side and put ourselves in the right channel so can link with people who believe in our talent and can really give us the strength the same way to push forward.
That being said, you're speaking about your challenges, you're talking about the next generation, we're talking about the future as well. What would be your key messages to the next future? What would be your key messages?
Well, never leave out the most side out of nothing where you do, and stay focused, surround yourself with positive people that want to see you strive, You keep on putting in the work, have confidence within anything you're doing, and know it's alright then, you want this because you have to need it and you have to want it as well, So, just keep focused, always have the Almighty in the midst of everything and keep on going.
Yeah, I hear that 100%. But you know what? What would you say to somebody that says it's too hard to keep going? Because it's getting quite difficult out there. Some people are turning to negative things. So what would you say?
Well, now leave the most side, get closer to the most side. My only resolution to the most side. Probably it's not. It's it probably not the time that you want, but it's a sure thing once you have the most side on your side, It's a sure thing, so you have to just get closer with the most side and keep connected and ask him, You know what I mean? So that's it for me, I'm not seeing another solution out there where you can really turn to at the moment, more than the creator who give us life,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I hear that. 100%. And you know what? In the music business in general, a lot of, say, female artists, female producers, and so on, find it more difficult to kind of keep rising, keep going up there. However, there is so many great female artists. So, what would you say for either some encouragement or just kind of, I don't know, your next project, you're going to have a female artist on there? Talk to us.
Yeah, most definitely, man, because it's a balance of life, Remember, you have to have the feminine side, and the feminine energy do play their part as well, So for me, to the females, them really do it, like keep going as well, because you have great ladies in the music. You have Celine Dion, you have, Whitney Houston, you have Marcia Griffith, you have Marian Hall, you have so much I can call out, So for the female, them, you have to just put in the work as well because the feminine energy, it do plays their part as well, The male side probably more dominant at the moment, but the females them do play their part. You know what I mean? Because even if I have a reggae song now, like for me, if I don't really get the female harmony on it, and it really give me the nice reggae vibes. I like the high trees, them where Bob used to have the high trees and they sing Marcia Griffiths and the rest of them, where they would give it that sound. So the female they're important as well to the music.
I hear that. So what have been some of your projects that you've been working on, and what can we look forward to? Because I'm sure there's so much to kind of look forward to from yourself.
Yeah. Well, I'm still promoting my EP that I dropped from last, almost a year now. This was last year, April, that I dropped my NFT EP, so you can go and check that out on all digital platform. I recently dropped a single by the name of Keep It as well, it's doing very well on the media platform as well, and I have a next track coming out soon as well, and just more music, working up my way to an album. Yeah, so it's just more work, and we have some visuals gonna work on too while we're in the UK as well, So it's just more work and more promotion, for the brand I-YOTA.
You know what? Visuals now seem to be very important alongside any kind of musical production. So, how important is it to you as an artist to put some visuals to what you're saying?
It's great, cause the day, like you want your fans them can get to see you as well to whatever you're doing, because at the end of the day, the visuals actually paint a picture to what you're saying in the song. So once you can bring forth that for the audience, you can really see that it's a great thing. Them get even more connected because like you will release an audio, but when you release a visual, it gives the listener more feeling, them more connect to what you say as well, So the visuals are important as well.
I hear that 100%. And I have also heard lots of comments about there's too much music. And because you can go in your bedroom and you can record a tune, or you can just, go on the street and just press play, anything like that. So, what's your opinion? Is it about the quality for you, or is it a case of quantity? I hope the first one is the answer. But what do you say?
It must the first one, man. It must quality over quantity, man. Because look on even Chronics, it's been a while Chronics released even one song, but him song them still a play. The project them when put out them still a play, and Mr. Artists a lot of they don't have any new material, and they can take like I-YOTA out of the music and their music still playing. So that a show you say the quality of work what them put in. So yeah, it's always quality over quantity. Because at the end of the day, like not sure you have the one bag of quality, the quantity is gonna be per aim is gonna put together, you do the right production to really get it out there and stuff like that. So yeah, quality over quantity.
I hear that. I asked people a few questions that they wanted to put forward to you. And one of the questions was about, obviously, Bob Marley is the king of reggae. Then we have Dennis Brown. But it seems that Dennis Brown is more loved, I suppose, in Jamaica. And some would say he's the king of reggae. So I wanted to know your opinions, being a Jamaican, from Jamaica. Tell us your thoughts.
Both of them are king of reggae, man.
Yeah. I'm about to say that.
Because they're both Jamaican, and their journeys, the two of them journey different as well, So, the two of them are the king, man. Bob put in America and Dennis put in America, and we're grateful for that because they set like a blueprint for the younger generation to can follow, doing melodic music. So for me it's a balance, me give the both of them the crown.
Yeah, I hear that. You know what? I like that answer. I like that one. And then another one was asking you about music in general and kind of the aspects of reggae. So, of course, we spoke about the legends there of Dennis Brown, Bob Marley. But, there seems to be something of what they call new reggae, I suppose, nowadays, and the fusion of hip hop. And I wanted to know your thoughts. Do you like the sounds? Do you not like it? Like, what are you thinking?
Well, some of them I do like the newness or the way that's the
Freshness.
yeah, I do like that, but some of the time in the route, you can't really go around the route of certain things because there's already a blueprint, as I said before, so you have to really follow the blueprint, because at the core, right, that's if at the end of the day you can't really, not for say the fusion or the new things, really important as well, but yeah, you mix it up, and do a little fusion, but you stick to the core of things because the mass already used to that core idea already, so for you more while for really mix it up, it's a bit confusing at times. Yeah.
I hear that. Because I ain't gonna lie, the first time I think I heard, Damian Marley swear was on Contraband. And I was like, whoa. It was one of those situations. I don't know about you yourself. So do you feel like maybe it's becoming a little bit more relaxed in the sense of just being open and free? What's your thoughts?
Open and free is all depends, man. Everybody have a free mind and to do whatever they want, but at the end of the day, like you have to stick to the core, as I say, and that's just me, to be the richer type of person the way I always, stick to the core of things, of the principle and moral same way, you know what I mean? So for me, I'm not gonna just do anything or say anything out of my mouth as well. But me can say for your next person, me only can talk for myself,
Yeah, I hear that 100%. And so, what's the scene like out there in Jamaica? Kind of what is kind of taking the forefront? What are people enjoying? What are they liking? Because the energy and the love is just unreal. But what are they liking?
Well, Jamaica, as people know, it's a melting pot culture, where you have different people, so I'm not going to say a dance hall and, you have people all over the world where they are Jamaica with them have them own a vibe. You go some part of uptown, you can get people who love dance hall, but yet still have place like Dub School where you can go and hold your positives and, Proto J, all of them people that pass through Lila and different spot where people really take on different type of music.
I hear that. And you know, one place that I've constantly been following is Kingston Dub Club.
Yeah,
Have you been up there?
Kingston Dub Club.
It's like on. It looks like it's looking over Kingston,
Oh.
and it just looks incredible. It looks incredible.
Well, I'm not sure about that, but I went to dub school. They have dub school that's near Kia. It's not a really a up top building, but it's in Kingston where you can your protege like him the other day. Protege having the last in time festival.
Yeah.
Yeah. So normally when they have like big festival in Jamaica, where from my acknowledgement, like for dub school, you have a lot of reggae artists like when they're going on tour and stuff. That would be like the rehearsal ground.
Okay.
Yeah, so you have like Leela the other day. She was in America. She was at dub school first. Do her little session and get the fine tune there to go on both do our performance in the UK in America. Yeah, you know, so yeah, it's a good vibe there.
Yeah. I hear that. So, would you be kind of looking for like a live band? Like, what is your kind of vision for I-YOTA? Because you as an individual are keep on growing. What do you see like in terms of performance wise?
Most definitely with a live band, you know. Yeah, I-YOTA and probably with the UFOs them, you know. Yeah, but most definitely, you know, my love live music, you know. That's the aim for me, you know, to really have my own band, you know, and make the transition there as well, you know. Because some of the time, like, if you even do the track, it don't really give you the energy they playing the track, you know. But when you have the live music, you know, around you, it give you a different energy with you performing as well. So for me going forward, I definitely would have gonna put a band together.
I hear that. Definitely. So, has there been a memorable moment for you that you've seen an artist on stage and you thought, I want to be like that or even better? Has that been that moment yet for you?
Yeah, a lot of time, man, you know, because we've been in Jamaica and we see a lot of artists performing, you know. So, yeah, a lot of time, even the other day in Brixton, I see Protege performing. Yeah, you know, so that was a great energy as well to see him really do him thing, you know. So, yeah, a lot of artists me really see me see I-Octane perform as well, you know, and that really give her a different look into how we really want him do our thing as well, you know, on the stage. So, quite a few artists must see perform and say, yeah, they really give me the drive and the you know the energy that to really want to put in the work if you know so we can even do better or even do as much as they can.
Yeah, I hear that. 100%. And you know what? I'm gonna ask you a few fire questions now. So five fire questions. Just simple ones. Are you ready for it?
Sure.
Okay, so what's your favourite colour? Okay, green, your favourite colour. What's your favourite animal? Not alien, you know.
No alien. I don't know if any alien has. You know? Probably would have a dog. Yeah, probably would have a dog or probably a pet bird.
What's your favourite place to live?
Jamaica in the Caribbean.
What would you like to see in the future?
Pertaining to I-YOTA or pertaining to the world?
Okay.
Good one.
Yeah, I hear that.
No, man, say pertaining the question pertaining to me or pertaining to what I like to see in the world overall.
Yeah, both.
Well, just more people united and more love, you know what I mean? Yeah, that me that want to see, you know, and you know, get the fan base that support I-YOTA music same way, you know, DJ Kat or work showing up on a different level same way where we have artists coming in the studio and holding a positive vibe same way, you know. Yeah, the platform them will grow bigger and bigger, so that we want to see, you know, greatness to everybody in the circle and within the world as well, you know what I mean? Because we're not selfish with the energy, so we want the love to spread right around.
I hear that. So who would you like to collab with? That question always comes up.
Yeah, all of the reggae artists them we are stream and I do the thing them, you know what I mean? All of them, the protege them, you know, the Kabaka pyramid them, you know, all of them once them want to work with the rest of I-YOTA. Because from my understanding, not all of them are gonna want to work with a younger artist then too, you know, and me can't feel even a way about that neither. I have to know say yo me put in the work to get the acknowledgement there from even some of them guys in the mainstream that I do the same type of genre. You know, but you know for me, you know, all of who there is, you know, Lucian of them, you know, the Cape and them, the Sizzler them same way because those are some poor person who are the core of the reggae music as well. You know, the Berries them same way, you know.
Yeah. So there, you just mentioned about being a younger artist, and people might not want to necessarily work with you, but should there be more unity then in amongst from the elders to the youth? Is there kind of in between, if that makes sense?
Yeah, like majority of the time you have like veteran artists out there. You have like younger artists around them, but yet still them would give the strength there towards the younger artists. You know, for even example, you have up on tour as a elder artist. You have a one artist, not to say you have to bring 3 or 4. You have a specific one. Everybody get them turn. You know, you have to bring. Can probably bring the one in Glasgow next week or other time you can bring somebody to Coventry, you know, make them gain the experience as well. Cause at the end of the day, and I like no young artists. Me, when I talk for base off of myself still, like we not really look no handout from nobody. Some of the time it's just the experience. We really know us alright, then we gain some knowledge from the level, the little traveler what we do with the person, you know. So it's like that for me, you know, and if them feel like if the elder artists them if them can even get even some other time or one young artist where them believe in or them things say alright them feel comfortable working with the young artists and give them the exposure there. I really take the time out there for really make them because some of the time the young artists them wanna really even born no money. It's just to gain the experience there. You know, so that's it for me.
Yeah, I hear you. So what do you think it is? Do you think it's a little bit of fear, or do you think it's just not knowing of what's coming in front of them with younger artists, with the elders? Why do you think there is a little bit of that divide?
Well, I could answer that, you know. You know, you'd have to see a elderly artist and ask him that, you know, but I not believe it should be fear still, you know, because me meeting a veteran and being around a veteran, him shouldn't be fear of my talent because at the end of the day, like, you know, for me, like, it enough to be about ungratefulness, you know, so even if me meet a elderly artist and him a bring me around and them thing and me I get the exposure. That should be like even a plus for him because at the end of the day like if you like you not really current at the moment, me get that me get that current momentum there and I do it. Me can do a song with you and you actually get back momentum.
Yeah.
Your catalog actually like rise up back again, everybody listening to you, you know. So it should have been a fear. It should be like, yo, we are help each other, you know. Me done been through that road already, so let me carry you through the road and show you certain things. You know what I mean? I feel like if you have the more unity and the elderly artists really I get certain the younger artists to nurture, you know, the thing would even be better.
I hear that. I hear that. So when it comes to that, sometimes criticism happens. Sometimes people have to be willing to learn. And, just kind of be humble in themselves. So, are you willing to learn? Are you ready for the criticism as well?
Most definitely, you know what I mean? Because, you know, no criticism is an offense, you know. It's a stepping stone. So some of the time, even somebody criticize you, that not mean say, yo, we are going to take it to heart. You can really, and not because somebody even criticize you, that mean it must be an honest criticism as well, you know. Some of the time, people just even say that to get you throw off. You know, and some of the time you have to really look into the criticism and say, alright then, wonder if it's factual, when could I do this? You know, so it's always good to hear criticism, you know, from my view, you know, and it's always good to learn from it as well. So for me, you know, it's a learning process.
I hear that 100%. And one thing people always ask me, because I do promote your music and I push it as much as I can, is where did the alien idea come from? They always want to know that about you.
It's not really an alien idea. It's just the acronym UFO I really use and say UFO, So I know people is gonna think it's a alien thing, but until you hear from I-YOTA, which is not a alien thing, UFO is actually universally for overall. In my from my perspective, so it's not unidentified flying object, which is the alien thing. So until you hear from I-YOTA what is UFO, you gotta always have the perspective. They say it's a alien and it is a we never leave Earth yet to go meet the alien, so people should look through even that and know say we're not really promoting the alien thing around here. We just use the acronym from the UFO and know say it's universally for overall.
Yeah, I hear that. You've always been a very positive person. You've always pushed out music that definitely I will listen to in my car, when I'm at work, when I'm not supposed to be listening to music, all that kind of thing. So if somebody's never heard you before, what song would you ask them to listen to first?
Right now.
Yeah.
Anyone of my music. Yeah, but right now for me, you have Keep It, it's really doing well for me, I like that song that differently, like out of all of my production, them Keep It, and you have Chromosome as well, So you have a quite amount of song where, I have out already where I don't really listen, but I'm not gonna really like be specific and say one, but all of them. Yeah, but for me, the feedback from Keep It, like my recent release, like people really feel that song more to me,
Yeah. Personally as well, I like Chromosome and I also like Keep It as well. I feel like your progression in your voice, you can really tell with that song. I feel like you really went above and beyond with that one. But tell us about it. Where did it come from?
Which is Keep It.
Yeah.
I actually record Keep It in my living room though. Here is Keep It actually when I flew to London. I actually record that song in my living room, because I have a home setup. So I actually get it recorded there and get the vocals mixed in Jamaica the right way, So yeah, that song, is like me did I go through not really I go through anything, but but there's the woman I meds and like me say, yo, sometimes like people tell people certain thing and like them have an ex friend and them go tell them other friend and their friend they go tell our next friend. And by the time the story reach back to you totally different something you hear where you even say. So I say, alright then how am I gonna put this together? Like just did it because the thing was I wanted to release an EP, but I said to I have an EP out already. I don't really take the risk to release another EP. I rather for do some more singles, working up myself to an album. So it was a song that I say, yo, I need one of them songs where people for just mind them own business or just mind what you say to people, because not everybody can really contain certain things when you tell them. So it's like that for me with the song Keep It.
Yeah, I hear that. So, with that being said, would you be up for singing a little piece for the listeners out there?
Sure, man.
When you're ready.
Yeah, most definite. A cappella?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, boy. Oh yeah, boy. Hey. I know everybody you fit tell your business because member people curious and optimistic. I know you and them a friend alone in a the district. Some say them have your back but them for a jump ship. Hey, I know everybody you fit tell your business because member people curious and optimistic. I know you and them a friend alone in a the district. Some say them have your back but them for a jump ship. Some things you got to keep to yourself.
Oh.
Yeah, man.
So, when you are putting your lyrics together, your rhythm together, how do you know that's the time to stop now? How do you know?
Yeah, some of the time, like, some of the time, we did it and I record and it's like, we did it and like, we find something first, but it just it just have the thing that it where I not really feel it, or I just feel like I could have do even more. So some of the time it me really take the time out and really mix deep into what me even say. That's why like a lot of time when not for some me not try for freestyle, but me try to put thoughts into what me really I say under the record. I don't really want to say anything on like 5 years or a year down the line. Me I say really that me did step on the record. So I try to be choosy with even the words and I choose to put in the song them.
Yeah, I hear that. And of course, I'm a vinyl head. I like vinyls, I like CDs, I like, lots of different platforms. But, when it comes to the digital side of it, do you like it?
In a sense, yes, and in a sense, no, because back then, when you have like vinyls and CD instead of the digital market, you find out they have the funds and would have more give you the support. They're not to say them not supported by streaming the music, but at the end of the day, you have a tracker more, you have a more tracker how many copies of song you would sell or the amount of a project you would sell on a record or even a vinyl. So for me, not to say the digital isn't a positive going forward, but like for me, it kind of cut out certain aspect of the music where certain artists would already got you with vinyls and CD because me never get a chance to sell like a 500 CD, but like me know say you get the stream on the digital platform, but it's not the same. From my view, it would be the same like you having the physical copy of CD and the vinyls.
I hear that. Do you remember your first purchase of either a record, a vinyl, or a CD? Do you remember your first purchase?
Yeah, I think so. The first album I think I got it was the Get Rich or Die with 50 Cent because he's one of the artists that I look up to as well. He's a business guy where he actually studied the business
Okay.
side of the music. So I respect that about him. So I actually went to it and got that album.
Okay, I hear that. I hear that. So, when it comes to obviously 50 Cent being a businessman, is business a good part for you as well as an artist?
Most definitely, because music is a business, so we have to really take the time out for really learn about the business side of the music, the royalty and how to distribute the song, get the distributor them to distribute the song, and a lot of things more the production side as well, and a lot of things there is to know about the music, the management role, the booking as well, so there's a lot of things about the business side of the music where you as an artist have to really take the time out to even learn it.